Hi there, everybody. I wanted to welcome you to the show. You haven't seen a lot of me here lately because in the new Trump administration, I guess that I'm persona non gratin, which I believe is cheese potatoes, which is a slur in Minnesota. But I'm hoping that we'll finally get rid of these machines, even though Trump likes them now, and we'll get rid of the Chinese involved in all of our technology, except for the TikTok there. And, I'll just tell you what, I'm just going to be hanging out in a Hardee's parking lot, trying to avoid the gaze of Matt Gaetz as school lets out, I think. So hit that like and subscribe for something if you, yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's Hal Sparks, Megaworldwide. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. The greatest live stream in the history of live streams. I'm your host, Hal Sparks. Please cue the applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to applaud all around your living room. Also, share the show out. It annoys maggots. We have a lot to cover today, and it won't include Trump's inauguration nonsense. His little I want to have a dream speech that he was giving, which is gloriously stupid. I watched it and I need to see it again. I don't care. Also, I suppose we're going to have to cover the fact that Elon Musk did the Nazi salute at the parade for some reason. Jesus. Like, that was a thing. Hold on. Musk Nazi salute. Because that was a thing. What the actual fuck seems to be the takeaway. This would be here. The Musk appears to give fascist salute. A Trump. There you go.
There are elections that come and go. Some elections are, important. Some are not. But this one. This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you.
Yeah, that was his heart will go on to, and to you, I guess he means Hitler. So, yeah, that's not shocking. Hold on. I'll show you a better view of it, or one at all.
Some elections are, important, some are not. But
Sorry.
This one...
There we go.
This one... This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
That would be also a little forceful on that.
I just want to say really mattered.
Hold on.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Also, kind of push. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. Like, he's trying to make that case. I think this is, he knows exactly what he did, and he knows he's fucking with people, and he thinks it's macho and shitty. There you go. That would be the thing again. Yeah. And then the whole "my heart will go on to you" is a way of, like, lie covering it. Also very Hitlerian in his do for this thing. Not shocking at all, but definitely, I guess it's a mask-off moment. This seems to be the general thought when it comes to this, even on his platform. It should be this situation. Close that. This would be... There you go. Yeah, it's pretty... and in front of the presidential seal. I mean, basically... Can you think of a worse fucking optic to kick this shit off with? So get used to the idea, I guess, of these of this punkish moron being semi in charge of things. But also enjoy the fact that Trump and his ilk are going to be very mad that Elon's getting all the credit and attention in a lot of these situations. And I've got to, let's see, we've got a few things to cover. And I think I want to dive into this whole TikTok thing. And if you're not really up to date on the whole TikTok thing, go check out Waaaay 86 bit about TikTok and what the China Show guys have been covering. They've been doing it for a long time. And I'm not just pointing you in that direction because I agree with them and they agree with me. But they've deep dived into it several times. Yeah, TikTok sponsored the party. Well, that's the thing. So let's look at, and the dial back from maggots is, in a lot of ways, one of the more shocking and surprising and funny kind of things, because there's a bunch of what would be maggot congresspeople and maggot senators who are not walking it back, who are pissed about this. But Trump is too jello-headed to know what's going on, or is just so in need of attention that he just has to let it, like he just loves the attention so much, it's okay with him. They can do whatever they want to America as long as he seems to get good ratings on there, right? That's the idea. And Carl Higby Sellers, Brandon, at Newscrack, let's see if we can spread this out. Open theater mode. There we go. Is all about Trump just, being magic. Just like this is 5D chess. On Friday, Carl talked about the Supreme Court upholding the TikTok ban, lays out a strategic plan for Trump administration and more. So this is his idea of what the strategic plan should be. I'm very excited.
The TikTok thing may be out. For now, the Supreme Court upholds
the TikTok thing.
The ban that Congress passed and that Biden signed into law. The app is supposed to go offline in potentially the next 48 hours.
It did. Ooh, whoa.
The TikTok ban is upheld by the Supreme Court.
Some groups urging President Joe Biden and Donald Trump to step in.
Everything's going to be okay. Yeah. Debbie does. Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's going to be better than okay. You'll see. Because this dude promised everybody everything. And again, our job has to be to shove the presidency down his throat. Make him live up to everything he said. A healthcare plan that's big and beautiful for every American. It covers pre-existing conditions. Ending murder in America. Yeah. It's not like, seriously.
And in a little bit more than 34 hours, TikTok will officially be...
Also, Newsmax, fuck you. You don't get to shit on CNN all the time and use it as not only the main source for your broadcast, but effectively just borrow their reporting. Carl Hickbiter, whatever your name is, stop living like a fucking tick on the dog that is CNN, you lazy piece of shit. Newsmax does this all the time.
Banned here in the U.S., and the Supreme Court is not going to stop it, as TikTok had hoped.
The Supreme Court upholds the law banning TikTok in America starting on Sunday.
What does Carl do during this when they play these videos? Is he just vaping like Sean Hannity or fapping like Jeffrey Toobin?
The outgoing White House will not enforce it.
All right, so let me just say, I don't really care either way. I realize the First Amendment implications here, but also the fact that...
Oh, do you? Yeah? You realize the First Amendment implications here? What are the First Amendment implications of a foreign-owned social media site that has a hidden algorithm that is designed by that foreign adversary's military? What's the free speech aspect of it? Because I got news for you. Anything you say on TikTok, you can say on fucking Instagram Reels or on YouTube Shorts or on fucking Snapchat. Where's the free speech aspect of this, fuckwad? What is it? I know he doesn't have one, but it annoys me when they're like, look, I'm aware of the arguments. Oh, do you? Well, then spell them out.
This is not an American company that doesn't enjoy the same protections. We'll get to that. But there's a very important aspect about this that matters to everybody, and it could dictate the way the youth of this nation votes for the next 30 years.
Dun, dun, dun!
You have an entire generation of people where their primary source of information and entertainment is this app. There's 170 million American-based accounts, including people and businesses. 42% of them?
Yeah, no, not U.S. Hold on. This I need to see. Hold on. Let's see. TikTok. TikTok. Active U.S. users. Because there's double up accounts everywhere. Yeah, this is Backlinko. This is the site he's charting. Something super special happened in 2016. How many people use TikTok? According to my marketer, TikTok has 1 billion monthly active users worldwide. Monthly active users worldwide was December 2020 up to 1 billion in 2024. How many Americans? 170 million monthly active users in the U.S. increased from 150. According to new Pew Research poll, 33% of U.S. adults report ever using TikTok. That doesn't mean they still use it. Good Lord. TikTok monthly active users by region. The Asia Pacific, Middle East, Africa, Latin America, North America is way low. Western Europe, Central and Eastern Europe because of their tracking rules. Yeah, because it's mostly like Southeast Asia that they're trying to manipulate. Downloads dropped. Look at that. Look at that. 2023, quarter 2, 2023, quarter 3, quarter 4. Brought in $16 billion in U.S. revenue in 2023. That's kind of pitiful for us for having that many users. And it made it okay. Rose to 5th most use. Okay, it's the 5th most. So if it pulls in 16 billion and it's the 5th most used, and Facebook and Instagram are the same company, Google is owned, or YouTube's owned by Google. WhatsApp is, I wouldn't call it a social media app. It's more like a sketchy connection app. Snapchat's way down here. There's Douyin. Douyin and WeChat and TikTok are basically the same thing. Facebook Messenger also is a secondary version of WhatsApp because didn't they? Yeah, they own Facebook. Meta owns WhatsApp now too. And the monthly active users, a lot of overlap in that. Average time, they spent 95 minutes a day globally. X is Instagram 62, X 30 minutes, Snapchat 19 minutes. You can see where it's designed to suck you in. U.S. by age, 18 to 24. 25 to 34 is a bigger group than 18 to 24. And I don't know if they track the under 18. 55% are female. TikTok accounts, these are the biggest ones. Cabane Lame, Charlie D'Amelio, Mr. Beast, 96.7. But he's got, I mean, it's the same as fucking YouTube and shit. That's a wrap for my round of TikTok statistics. Okay, so this is just their overall statistic page. That's what he was pulling from.
Are 18 to 24-year-olds. And that is the bulk of the influencer category, as well as known as the content creators. And a lot of them make a living off this site.
Dun, dun, dun.
7 million people in the U.S. are making their sole income off this. Forget Chinese influence for just a minute here.
No.
Because none of those people who are making money care. What those people care about, and the people that follow them, which is...
Yeah, they do.
This amounts to about 40% of the 170 million people, is will the federal government take away their stuff with this new ban? That's all they care about.
Yeah, they don't care about whether or not it's being manipulated or they're a tool for the Chinese government to undermine mental health in the United States and divide our politics or whatever, and neither does Carl Higby's sellout.
Almost none of those people care about the national security implications or the data that China is farming from users. They just don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't have joined the app anyway. A Democrat administration banned this, okay? That happened. They passed this under law, Joe Biden signed it, and that is what these people know. And now some of those liberals, many of which openly and ardently hate Trump, are screaming for Trump to keep this app online. Oh, help Donald Trump! Really?
Yeah? Which ones? Who?
Really funny how that works out. Now, the provisions of the law allow the president to suspend the shutdown for 90 days if there's a legitimate buyer. And as of now, Kevin O'Leary, remember the Shark Tank guy, he's rumored to be offering $20 billion to buy it off ByteDance, the Chinese parent company. And he'd make
with the algorithm, and they're not going to sell it with the algorithm.
Get an American company to comply with the new law. But here's what I think is really going on. Look, nobody's coming up to buy this app for $20 billion, I don't think. I think this is a political move by Trump and his allies, and it's absolutely genius. Look.
Sorry, they're bullshitting is what he wants you to know. But it's like fifth dimensional chess bullshit.
Trump gets to swoop in and save TikTok and becomes the hero of half the people in this country who have accounts.
What about the other half? So the other half hate him for keeping it or something?
You know how many single-issue voters there are on this?
I don't know how many after the 90 days when there's no fucking, there's no buyer for it. Who's going to be voting based on this in 2026? Are you fucking stupid? Who cares? He just won. He can't run again.
At least 7 million.
Yes, there are at least 7 million people who don't give a fuck about the tracking the tracking algorithm, the mental manipulation, the fraud, they don't care about that. And those people are the kind of voters that, of course, flock to Donald Trump. The argument that Carl Higbie dipshit here is making is that TikTok voters care so little about their country that they're a guaranteed lock as Trump voters.
Because they make money off of it. Not to mention the other 6 to 7 million businesses.
Dude, do you have any idea how many people make money selling illegal drugs in this country?
Businesses that also monetize. That's 14 million people.
So?
In a political game that has a margin considered huge after just a few million? I mean, what did Trump beat Kamala by? I mean, this is a game changer. Not to mention J.D. Vance, when...
Wait a minute. Yeah, sorry. He thinks that this 90-day pause to get TikTok sold to somebody is a genius move by Trump to get votes for J.D. Vance in 4 fucking years? Dude, you have any idea how much social media and everything's going to change in fucking 4 years?
He runs for president in 4 years. He will get to remind the youth that it was Republicans.
The youth. Yeah, the youth that are now pushing 30.
Who saved their precious app. This will change the electoral.
Their precious app. Fuck me, dude. He really just, he's doing everything. All right, I mean, it's kind of obvious. He's doing everything he can to not make it look like Trump is caving to the Chinese and throwing Xi Jinping a bone, which is exactly what he's fucking doing. This is Donald Trump attaching his mouth to Xi Jinping's asshole in their own two-banger version of Human Centipede. That's why. It's a suck-up to China. That's why. That's it. The dude who runs the company in the United States is going to be was on his dais today. Think of all the people that could have been on that podium with him that weren't. But the fucking the CEO who runs TikTok for the Chinese government was on stage with him. And can you see the tap dance that this asshole is having to do? It's going to be genius. He's going to be able to remind the youth in 4 years, the 18 to 24-year-olds.
Landscape of the 18 to 24-year-old voter group for the next 3 decades, folks.
Sorry, you think he's just won the 18 to 24-year-old demographic frozen in time for 3 decades because he's yammering on about a possible 90-day pause for a possible buy of TikTok. And that this is Jesus Christ. Can you imagine having to make this up in your empty fucking skull just to like quell the screaming at Newsmax about TikTok and about the fact that it's a giveaway to the Chinese government? Who the fuck thinks that in 30 years, people are going to give a rat fuck about TikTok?
There's almost zero chance a Democrat can win on a national level for the next 3 decades if the Trump administration plays the PR game properly here. And they usually do.
What the hell? Hang on. This asshole thinks, oh, God, that there are going to be like 50-year-olds who go, well, he created Hoover bills and collapsed the economy with that tariff bullshit. And, of course, women were dying of septicemia trying to find a hospital after they had miscarriages and stuff. But he saved TikTok, goddammit.
And here's how I would advise Trump to master that art of the
Yeah, tell him.
deal. Okay, right now, the U.S. sells a little over $150 billion of goods to China, and China sells us about $550 billion worth of stuff every year. Now, Trump should just go to Xi Jinping and say, yo, dude, you're going to sell TikTok to someone in America for $1. I don't care how you make that decision. I don't care who you sell it to, but you're going to do it.
Yeah, buddy.
Otherwise, we're going to slap a 100% tariff on all of your goods, which would destroy the Chinese economy immediately, more than...
Hey, asshole, the shit we buy from China is largely wholesale. The big... Ask fucking Walmart. People... Oh, God damn it. People in the Midwest and in the South don't buy Chinese goods from China. They buy it from Walmart. And if you slap a huge tariff on it, it's going to, Walmart's going to have to pay it and pass it on to people. People aren't going to just stop buying shit from China. Does this asshole think people actually go on Alibaba and buy stuff? God damn, dude. So stupid.
There already is. Then, I would tell Trump, tell him, I'm going to go to South Korea and tell them if they want to keep their THAAD missile defense system that the U.S. gave them, they're going to also not trade with you as well. Same with Japan and Germany and Australia and the UK. And then I'm going to...
Over TikTok.
Look to Canada, who imports a ton of stuff from you guys, and remind Canada that America buys 97% of their oil, which is a huge part of their economy. And they're also going to stop...
Yeah, we buy... first of all, no. 97% of their oil transits the United States. We don't buy 97% of it. And the vast majority of the reason we buy a large number is because of fucking proximity.
Stop trading with China, period, full stop. You combine all that economic loss, that would bankrupt China. Be over...
They're already bankrupt, stupid. If he figures, he scares them enough, they might worry that their economy is going down the shitter. Hey, asshole, it already is.
For $1 trillion. So I'd be willing to bet Xi Jinping would have the Chinese Communist Party cover the other $19,999,999,999 to ByteDance. Stop collecting our data, stop data mining our citizens, stop stealing our intellectual property, and be well. That's the art of the deal. Oh, but
asshole, there is no TikTok to sell without the algorithm. TikTok without the algorithm is every other short-form vertical site. It's fucking Vine. And if they show the algorithm, then everybody's going to know how it was designed to basically fuck with everybody. So they're not going to. They'll just shut it down. Because they don't give a shit about the Americans that are making a living off of it.
By the way, after Trump takes over the Panama Canal, just for good measure, he could just go walk right up to Xi Jinping and be, hey, dude, if you try to build a backdoor into this app to continue to mine our data, you can take your ships all the way around the tip of South America. Burn the extra $20 million in expense per trip.
Those are our ships, stupid. Wait a minute. Watch that graphic again. This is him telling you, this is Chinese goods having to skip the Panama Canal. Watch and enjoy.
Dude, if you try to build a
if you try to do this backdoor thing where all of your goods magically appear
this app to continue to mine our data,
New
you can
York,
take your ships all.
If you could take your stupid ships from New York and go all the way around South America to San Francisco.
The way around the tip of South America. Burn the extra $20 million.
As opposed to the ones that go through the Panama Canal.
Dollars in expense per trip. It'll work.
Honest to God, I'm dedicating this clip to everybody who thought that magically with Trump getting reelected, somehow maggots would get more effective and smarter. No, I actually think, I don't know, maybe they all flew on Trump Force One and he didn't properly pressurize the cabin and everybody's got like permanent brain damage from hypoxia.
Result? An American business will flourish. New custodian of that digital empire. China will stop collecting data. 40% of America won't have the government take something away from them, and Trump will be the hero.
Yeah, it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Like, I sure hope somebody at the White House is thinking like this. Like,
no, they're not. Nobody's as smart as you, Carl. I hope they know the genius. Because I was like thinking about this for like 10 minutes before the show started. And I was like, boom. And like, why? How come fucking Hegseth is getting a spot? I should be the secretary of TikTok.
I feel like a lot of people that run this country should probably be smarter than me. I generally think they are sometimes.
Sometimes. Me too, Carl. I think they're smarter than you sometimes. / all the time.
Not when Democrats are in charge. But I'm just assuming somebody is thinking like this. Okay, it's like that scene. Have you seen that movie Armageddon? When
Yes, I have. I don't know that it. In terms of the parallels,
the asteroid's about to hit Earth, and they didn't have a backup plan, and like nobody was thinking stuff up.
Wait, they're gonna play a clip.
What's your contingency plan?
Contingency plan?
Your backup plan. You got to have some kind of backup plan, right?
No, we don't have a backup plan. This is it.
And this is the best that you could, that the government, the U.S. government can come up with? I mean, you're NASA for crying out loud. You put a man on the moon. You're geniuses. You're the guys that think it up. I'm sure you got a team of men sitting around somewhere right now just thinking up and somebody backing them up.
Like, I sure hope that's not.
Fuck. Yeah, it's about resource and capability. They did think it up. This is the only way to do it. It's the only thing feasible. There's not a second. You can't, you know, we don't have an unlimited supply of these things. We can't fly them all up there. It's a movie. That's the other thing. Also, in this circumstance, this asshole thinks he's the Bruce Willis character. And in reality, he's, if there was a character in Armageddon who was like sitting at home going, why don't they just nuke the hurricane? That would be Carl.
Not the case here, because you're about to tick off an entire generation. And a lot of these kids will not forget about this in 4
Yes, they will.
years. They will have lost their sole income. And they all.
Why can't they move over to something else? What are you talking about? There's like 9 different fucking sites that you can monetize. Why is it only the one that tracks all your data?
Also have hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions.
Again, shit didn't exist a couple of years ago. You lazy motherfucker. You're not being asked to switch from like steam engine to diesel and recalibrate all your engines. It's the same shit.
Also listen to them. Look, this comes down to one thing. Don't take people's stuff.
Right. China, don't take people's stuff. And then we won't have to pass a national law that stops your app from working because you take people's stuff. What?
I could care less about TikTok. I don't use it for any like reasonable fashion except to distribute this show. That's the only reason I'm on.
The only reason I use it is for business and for, and to basically look at all the titty girls. Wait a minute. Hold on. There we go.
on that app. I'd be perfectly fine in a world with no social media whatsoever. But
Well, that's because you don't have any friends, and no one wants to actually talk to you.
half the country would not be. Half the country views this as the government taking their stuff. It doesn't.
No, they don't. If half the government viewed it that way, why would more Republicans be on board than Democrats?
Doesn't matter why. And you can tell.
Yeah, it does matter why.
Tell those people till you're blue in the face about the threat from China or whatever else, which there is. They don't care.
You don't care. That's what you fuck them. Stop talking about other people. You don't care, asshole. You. Carl, your show is on there. Newsmax uses it. They're either making you say this or you are choosing to say it. But fuck you. Don't lay this at other people's feet, you lazy piece of shit. It's you. You don't care.
Case in point, how many people, we're talking millions of people, joined this new Chinese app called Red Note, like in the last week or so.
Who cares? Bot accounts. Why do I give a shit?
Millions of TikTok users in America downloaded this app and then hit agree to the terms and conditions that were written in Mandarin. They weren't even in English. That's how I know they can't. They don't read that stuff because nobody reads that stuff.
Jesus, dude. Maybe, just maybe, those are transferred accounts that China helped set up that were bot accounts because they're carrying them over because they serve a purpose. And that one wasn't blocked, but they'll block another one. Whereas anybody else was like, oh, I'll just move. Like, why would, what's the difference between moving that to Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts versus to that thing? What's the fucking difference? Or fan base or one of these others? Oh, because they're actually Chinese bot accounts.
But they just did it anyway because that dopamine addiction to these instant gratification and multitude of sensory perception apps is like a drug.
Right. And you're on there and you do it, you use it to promote your show. So you're a drug dealer. I don't know. You'll have to ask Trump what he wants to do with drug dealers.
This is why I don't let my kids use these things.
I don't let my kids use these things. They might see my show and then they'll never talk to me again.
This is like taking away our grandparents' generation cars. That's how they feel about it.
No. No, it isn't. And no, they don't. Because they don't have, because you can't download another fucking car.
Or taking away our parents' generation's landlines. It's like,
after they had cell phones.
taking away I'm 40. Well, yeah, I'm 41. My generation's internet.
Your generation's internet? You mean the internet?
Once people have a taste for something, it doesn't matter if you're taking it away for their own good.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. How is this RFK Jr. making America healthy again shit supposed to work then? Look, people want high fructose corn syrup, motherfucker, and it's cheap. The companies want to put it in every drink. It's cheaper than cane sugar, and we don't have to buy that from fucking Cuba anymore. So fuck it. What are you gonna do to remove that? Jesus Christ. Do you think this Oxy? Fentanyl? What are you saying?
Or for national security, or even to save their own life. The people that take things from others always lose.
Sorry. So this is Donald Trump's genius plan to court voters, specifically a bloc that he will lock in for 3 decades that don't care about their own mental health, national security, the safety of the country, being tracked by a foreign government, and the fact that they are being, like, ropa-dopamined.
That's what Joe Biden just did.
It was a law. He signed a law passed by Congress, dummy.
If Trump can find a buyer or work this out, he needs to be very explicit, though, about the fact that he is trying. If he can't do it, I should say.
Yeah, you probably should say that.
Because this could define the next generation of voters and who they choose for their next president.
Wow. Wow. Now, let's just say, yeah, don't forget ketamine, right? Yeah, who are we to take ketamine away from Elon Musk? Holy shit. And by the way, you know how you can tell, like, just how awful something is by who supports it? Right? Let's see, where's this? Hold on. There's another one of these. Hold on. Oh, here it is. This is like when you're you get to something, you're like, hey, who supports this? I want to know. I can tell, like, what's good and what's bad about something, what's shitty, what's dangerous by the people that swoop in to support it, right? And in this particular case, let me show you who else is trying to protect TikTok. Hey, it's Mr. We should get rid of the age of consent laws. That dude, shocker, thinks that the First Amendment protects TikTok, even though he doesn't like it.
Can shut down TikTok. Concerns about it being propaganda data collection. The TikTok CEO is thanking President Trump for a commitment to work with the U.S., saying to find a solution that keeps TikTok available in the United States. So finding an American owner, does that satisfy this and the concern, you think, for Congress and in your expert opinion?
First of all, that's what would satisfy the law. But they're not going to sell it. Not as TikTok. And if they do, it'll be without the algorithm. It'll be without the actual fucking software. So who the fuck needs it? What do you need? A list of the people who are on there and to not, or like to have to pay for, I guess, the servers that house all their data without the ability to monetize it? Fuck me.
Look, I don't like TikTok. I wish it would go out of business in the marketplace of ideas. It's done very bad things for young people, for America. But
it's done very bad things for. You mean two?
First Amendment protects it. And
no, it doesn't.
And this opinion is an awful opinion for any civil libertarian, anybody who believes in free speech for those you hate. This is a terrible opinion.
No. Wait. No. First of all, there is no free speech protection for foreign news sites, foreign software. Again, TikTok's not being banned because of the content that's being put on it. It's how the content is managed to specifically favor damaging stuff, to get kids to eat fucking Tide Pods. So, how sorry, but you saved Sexy Liberal for me Saturday night? Well, thank you, Martha. I tried. Thank you.
The court applied the wrong standard. It didn't.
God damn, this guy is wrong all the time, especially in terms of morals.
Apply the scrutiny standard, which it always do when free speech is involved. And remember, this doesn't involve the free speech of Chinese owners. It involves the free speech of 170 million Americans.
Yes, it does. Because you don't, as a user, get to control how your stuff is presented and where it reaches. So they can manipulate who makes money on the site, who doesn't, who gets played and who doesn't, what gets mixed together and what doesn't. And that excludes what you can do. It is literally a manipulation of speech. So you can put all you want in there, and unless it meets what they want out, which is the free speech part of it, if they decide it fits with what they want, it will reach the top. If it doesn't, it will get buried. That's a manipulation of free speech. And that is not the free speech of the person who posts something. It is the free speech of whoever runs it, because that's got primacy. Just because you write something online doesn't mean that, like, if you wrote something on Stormfront that was a great screed on why Jewish people deserve to live in peace and freedom, and you wrote it on Stormfront, the Nazi website, that does not mean that your free speech rights are being violated because Stormfront isn't available, on a server in the United States, unless you use a VPN or something like that, right? Do you get that? Or some like dark web site that has instructions on how to build a fucking nuclear bomb and make ricin and all that shit, which is blocked. If you put something on there, that doesn't mean your free speech rights are being violated because you put your shit there. You have all the right to say whatever the fuck you want. You can walk into a closet and say whatever the fuck you want. It is no one's responsibility to make sure that what you say in that closet gets out into the rest of the world. And if there's a microphone in it and someone's charging admission to that closet, then it's their free speech. They are the one with the speech, and they let they are the ones that pass out the microphone. Does that make sense to everybody? Motherfucker.
Americans who use TikTok, I wish they wouldn't, but who use TikTok. So, for me,
it's not a violation of your free speech if you have other sites that are available to you that are equal, that are free, that have equal or the same level of, like apps and features. There's like 10 of them. Shut the fuck up.
This is not me defending the Nazis marching through Skokie, because TikTok is not the Nazis, but it's for me defending the free speech rights of people I despise. And but
no, it isn't. We're not talking about the speech of the people on TikTok. We're talking about the manipulation of the speech on TikTok. And that is who is in control of it. That's who has free speech. If I'm the editor, if I take everything chat room, work with me on this. If the chat room was right here, and you guys, like I just let this roll straight through, okay? I let this play. If I made it look like it's just playing, but behind the scenes, I had somebody on my behalf cutting shit and posting other stuff, like faking accounts or taking stuff out I didn't like, just erasing it, just like zeroing out this line or whatever, then it's no longer your free speech. I'm simply taking content from someone else and using it on my site. It is I'm taking your words and reorganizing them in a way that best suits me. That means it's no longer your quote unquote free speech because I am manipulating it. This is my art form now. If I manipulate the chat, it is no longer a chat. It is now an expression of what my priorities are. Does that make sense? So isn't TikTok owned by a private company? No, it is not. It is part owned by ByteDance, which is like the entire upper echelon are all Chinese military. Jesus. Does that, at the very least, do you guys understand what I'm saying? There you go, Dragon X Flyer. Comment deleted, right? Does that make sense to you? That if I take your words and then I pick which ones I want to show and which ones I don't, that's me. I could arguably take things that you said, like somebody says, yes, sir, right there. If I take that and then I put that up, yours, Denise, you put that in the chat. If I took that and I put it somewhere else after something I said that you disagree with, it's still your free speech. You still wrote, yes, sir. But if I used it to say Trump is king or something like that, and then I put that in there afterwards, that's me manipulating what you wrote. That's me taking what you wrote and using it for my purposes. In that case, it is my free speech. All of these sites, all of them, if they exercise any editorial control, their free speech has primacy. That's what the terms of service are. And am I the only person explaining it like this? I think I am. I think I'm the only person who can articulate it like this. Is everybody this fucking dumb in the media when they talk about media? Seriously, have you seen anybody else articulate that point of view in any, at least reasonably? Because I don't know why people don't get that. Yes, happy birthday to Paul Stanley. And did somebody say John Sykes passed away? That's fucking terrible. I'm a huge John Sykes fan. That's going to bum me out the rest of the day. On with the show, but fuck me. This is probably why I need a Substack, isn't it? TikTok ban isn't about your free speech. It's about the free speech of ByteDance. And they don't have any. Sorry, Rosie. Thanks for letting me know. Sykes just an amazing guitar player. One of my biggest inspirations. Fuck. So good. Be sorely missed. I'm gonna make sure we do a Sykes song in the next. We can't do it Tuesday because Chuck will freak out if I ask. But in the next one, we're gonna have to dedicate some stuff to him because that dude was a fucking beast. Yeah. Anyways, back to this dum-dum. Fuck.
But I worry for precedent. Remember, too, it's not going to work. This is not going to work. This is not going to prevent...
It already worked.
...information from getting to the Chinese. First of all, the Chinese could buy the information from other American companies.
Yeah, but you have to give up the information when you sign the terms of service and limit what they can sell and what they can't sell. So you have the right to run interference. It doesn't just get leached the fuck out without whether you've said yes or no. The Chinese under TikTok will just take everything, if you say no, I don't want to give away this, I don't want to give this. It can turn on your fucking mic. It can turn on your fucking camera. It can record shit. It has tracking stuff in the ad pings. Like fucking hell. It's not the same thing.
And second, there'll be ways of circumventing this. You can't beat science and technology by law. We've known that for years.
You can't beat science and technology by law. That's why everyone has a nuclear weapon in their backyard. Why everyone can get access to the technology and the materials to build proton colliders. What a dipshit. Yeah, John Sykes was in Thin Lizzy. He was but he was, he's the big Whitesnake record, the main one that everybody thinks of was Still of the Night and Here I Go Again and Bad Boys and Crying in the Rain. That's him. That's all his writing and those riffs. And then there's an album called Blue Murder that he put out with Carmine Appice and Tony Franklin on bass. Just so goddamn good. Yeah, he was Phil Lynot's favorite guitar player in Thin Lizzy. Yeah. So anyways, if Carl Higbie and fucking... Hold on. This is dipshit. Hold on. Are they doing is this a live take on this? Is this after or before or this? I don't know. No, never mind. This is probably... Oh, get out of here. Why is this... I don't want it full screen. I want theater mode. There we go. I have very little interest in watching what Rump says because it's going to be the same shit anyways. And he made himself out to be MLK today. So I'm rooting for you, buddy. Go for it. Make the promise of MLK real in America. Let's see it. I don't think you're gonna. But if that's gonna be your goal, I totally buy it. Anyways, he had John Voight speak at his little rally thing, and there are few people as dipshitty as Voight when it comes to these things. And I just he has his weird little videos he does in front of his American flag, and he's now been made ambassador to Hollywood. So we can finally make the grumpy old men version of cruising.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, I'm here to give a short lesson on how to make your daughter say some of the weirdest shit ever, kiss her brother full on the mouth, carry a vial of blood from her boyfriend around, and end up in the arms of someone like Billy Bob Thornton. You know how fucked up you gotta be as a dad to crank out Angelina Jolie? I mean, honestly.
What an honor. What an honor it is for me to be up here in front of you great men and women who've all come here to celebrate the greatest win of all time.
Yeah, fuck you, greatest generation, and beating back the Nazis and the Civil Rights Act getting signed into law. And now, Donald Trump squeezing another one by the American people. And with a margin in the House and the Senate that's so tight you could, if you shoved a lump of coal up its ass, in 2 weeks you'd have a diamond.
The greatest win of all time. The
greatest win of all time.
The victory we were all fighting for to save our country, our democracy.
From itself.
And I'm so grateful that
and honored.
I'm able to say that Donald J. Trump is the 47th President of the United States of America.
And why would that be? You know, you could say it even if he wasn't. I mean, you guys were saying he was still president when he lost last time.
And now he will make America thrive again.
Matter. He's going to make America matter.
He will make America great again.
Well, that's I think that's what brand. You owe him a nickel every time you say that.
Safe again.
Magassa? That sounds about right. Magassa? Magassa? I'm going to say Magassa. Make America great again, safe again. And
we, the people, will honor our flag again.
Oh, you mean the Confederate flag, the one those assholes behind you wanted carried through the rotunda? Or you mean the Betsy Ross flag, which back when we had 13 colonies, before we had to include all these stupid Western states and the ones with all the people in them?
The red, white, and the blue.
Mostly the white, though, let's be honest.
And for which it stands, one nation.
God, this is turning into the old lady saying grace in Christmas Vacation. Play ball.
Under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, but a little more for some.
Donald J. Trump fought hard to save this country.
Not smart, but...
And now...
You know, you do realize he hasn't actually started the job yet, right? Like, this shit, not only does he have to do what he said, but it's actually got to work. That would be the saving part. Now, granted, I know that since you're a cult member, just him winning means America is saved and your chains have fallen off and suddenly you're free and eggs are cheaper all of a sudden. And I mean, you get what you pay for anyways. So you finally admit you buy organic eggs directly from a supplier and they've got omega-3s already in them because they've been fucking bonded with they had a fish fuck a chicken so that they could have them. I'm sure. Like, you just feel better.
He will bring God back to our nation's truths.
God back. So our nation, we had national truths, but they were godless truths, like math and shit. I guess. Or I suppose God's got to be in there somewhere. If you listen to Terrence Howard, who is a fucking lunatic.
He will
put God back to our national. All right.
Make her thrive again.
Her.
He will.
You okay? Sometimes I drop turds that are 80% tin.
Save the greatest country, America the beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? I was wrong. Just throw out phrases that you've heard every so often in song or in poetry. And just, no, they don't have to actually be in any cohesive order. They could just, you know what I mean? Just, God bless America, the beautiful land that I love. Stand beside her. Also, hail to the chief as well, I think is a good thing.
I'm proud.
And honored and happy.
I'm proud to call the President of the United States my friend.
He wouldn't call you that, but sure. Please tell me you call him all the time. Please tell me you're actually friends. You know what? This might be the happiest I've been in a long time. The idea that Trump is actually friends with John Voight, and John Voight feels like he can call him anytime he wants. Those late night calls are going to be great. Can you sleep? I can't sleep either. I got up to take a piss, and I should have turned on the light because she always complains the bowl is wet in the morning.
Our friend.
Who is this, and how did you get this number?
My hero. Our hero.
Yeah, you're absolutely. He's, I mean, your ideal of physical perfection. Intellect, you know, and of all the ex-game show hosts who have bankrupted casinos, stakes, water, a football team, and has talked about openly wanting to fuck his daughter on television, he's the only one who can fart not a note so high that dogs get sick.
A man who never gave up on the American people. And
did you hear what he just said over the last little bit? He's like, what a dump about America. Of course he gave up on us.
We, the people, never gave up on him.
Well, you do know where the phrase giving up comes from, right? It means letting go and letting God. That's, we give up. It doesn't mean you give out. It doesn't mean you quit. It means you surrender it to God, which used to be in your crowd a positive thing. But you are a sad, weird old fart, and can't seem to put that together. I'm just saying. Anyways,
God bless Donald Trump. And may God watch over him, and may he be sworn into the White House with the blessings of the Almighty. God bless. God bless everybody.
God bless everybody. God bless us, everyone. Welcome to this evening's dinner theater version of a geriatric Christmas Carol with the Guinness Book winner of the world's oldest Tiny Tim. The only thing is that he, at the end of it, he drops his crutches and gets a walker.
It's great to be with you. Much love. I love you.
Never has so little been said in such a scattered, silly way by somebody who thinks they said something. Can you imagine walking off stage convinced that you nailed it after that? And I gotta say, he kind of looks like Lindsey Graham's stunt double now. I just hope Lindsey Graham's date isn't nearsighted, because I have this sad view of John Voight trying to, like, fight off a middle-aged dude with too much facial surgery.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
Hey, Sean Hannity. Hey. I gotta say, there's a certain joy in watching these guys like totally convinced that this is going to be magic and that it's all going to work It's all gonna work. It's all gonna be so good. It's all gonna. Hold on. Oh God. What the hell is that? What the fuck happened? What happened to Billy Ray Cyrus? What is that? That's Billy Ray Cyrus? It is. Country star Billy Ray Cyrus discusses his love of troops and the future of America on Hannity. The whole world is excited about this moment in time.
All right, the one and only Billy Ray Cyrus is
well, you say that like it's a bad thing.
Here with more. Great to see you again.
Is he wearing an Eminem t-shirt?
This, by the way, I want my audience to know your love of troops, your love of country. This is your
love of troops.
You're no Johnny-come-lately here. Many years ago,
what about him coming and the troops?
We did fundraising for troops, for scholarships, for slain soldiers. You were there. You did a whole concert series with us. I got to know you and your family. This is a real
not the daughter, but
passion of yours. Talk about it.
I mean, good for him if he does this stuff or whatever. But the weird thing that somehow this is different than when a Democrat's in office.
Yes, sir. I wrote the song back in 1989 about a Vietnam veteran I met up in Huntington, West Virginia. Driving home that night, I wrote a song about him,
and you were unable to sing it because Clinton was in office for 2 terms, and then Obama and stuff. So you've been hiding this song away.
Changed my life and kind of became my definition and purpose of why I bought a guitar and started a band and traded in my catcher's mitt for that left-hand guitar. I was looking for the purpose of my life, and I think.
And then achy breaky heart.
Some gave all and supporting our troops, and
some gave all. Oh, some gave all.
This great country's part of it.
Well, I mean, when you really.
Okay, sorry. Please tell me at the end of this, somebody goes, he goes, Billy Ray Cyrus, thank you so much. And this guy goes, I'm not Billy Ray Cyrus. Who did you think you were interviewing?
Think about it. The freedoms, I think all of us take them for granted, right?
Yeah, especially multimillionaires who were client number 3 of Trump's fixer. Yeah, I think so. I think you take a lot of it for granted.
Wake up every day. We live our lives. You know, we don't stop, pause, think, pray, and be grateful for.
Speak for your fucking self.
Those sacrifices. We do take times. We do at times, but probably not enough.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you. I got to say, asshole, it sounds like you don't at all.
When Butler happened, I think everybody remembers where they were. I remember when Trump stood up, but I saw the blood on his face. I thought he got shot. I thought.
Yeah, he got nicked by a piece of glass.
I thought he might drop again. I was worried about that. I was watching very closely. Then you hear about this. How did that all come about?
Wait a minute. Sorry, was he on the detail? It's Billy Cyrus to perform Some Gave All in honor of Cory Comparator at Trump victory rally.
I was watching it live on TV, you know, just watching the event and the speech.
Wait a minute, you're doing